Fixxx on Dash Radio. Get the shit.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Of course. You know, I had to have my peoples come up here, and I see you dropped Ego.
Yeah, last night or Thursday night at
a couple
but
days ago.
Yeah, like Thursday evening. Yeah, it dropped.
It's for sure bumping.
Yeah,
your
appreciate
comments are going crazy.
Yeah. It's I love the feedback, man. It's amazing. So we're just gonna keep going.
So tell us about that track.
Yeah, it was like, so it's my boy right here next to me. It's my boy Ace, my business partner, and we on the label together. It's also, he produces everything, mixes, master everything. So we linked up on some crazy stuff actually. So I got that studio that was invested in. I brought him through, and like the first song we had made was Ego, which was like months back. And after that, we were like, yeah, we need to keep making music. So like we just locked in, started making music, and built up a catalog, and it's like extensive. So we got a little distribution deal through Rome Ramirez from Sublime and Fresh Goods right under Sony. So we've just been working with that. So we're kind of truly independent and gonna keep it going and just keep dropping and see what happens.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now you used to ball, so tell us how you made that transition from balling to music.
Yeah,
and why?
That was a tough journey. Yeah, so I mean, I was on the road. I was committed to like UNLV my senior year. And I like found out that both my shoulders were completely torn, my labrums. So I wasn't able to get the surgeries either because my mom's insurance at the time wouldn't cover it. So I kind of went through a little depression and like was trying to figure out what to do, stayed home. A blessing came out of nowhere. My high school coach, my old high school coach, like from my 10th grade year, reached out and he had a doctor, you know what I'm saying? So I went through that whole process and was able to get my surgeries, worked my ass off to get back. And then my coach was like, yeah, we want you to come out still. So I was like, cool. And 3 weeks before I was supposed to leave, I retore my shoulder playing again. And I just put it down after that. I was like, I'm done. So I went through a process like, you know, everybody, all of us go through it at a young age, like not listening to my parents. I move out, you know what I'm saying, try to find my way. I ended up finding my way and then just writing because I was depressed. Like, so I just wrote, and I wrote poetry at first. And then my friends were like, yo, you should actually like hop on a mic. So I started doing it, and I started going. I was hella lyrical, and then I met him, and we just kind of changed the sound up, and now it's like taking off.
So this is your producer right here?
Yeah.
You get on the mic, man. Introduce yourself.
Hey, man. I'm A Slim. I'm kind of hungover right now, but I'm fine.
It's all good.
It's good.
So are you his exclusive producer, or you work with other artists too?
We started a label together, but I'm an artist too.
That's
myself,
what's up.
So.
You sing, rap? What do you do?
Yeah. I
Combination
do a
of
little bit
both?
everything.
That's what's up,
It's
man.
kind of I see it just as like music, you know.
Yeah.
Like every song's kind of different.
Yeah.
And mostly I like our main goal is just to get that emotion out and the feeling, and to make sure that the sound is like encapturing that feeling of a specific song, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you guys done any touring yet or anything like that?
Nah, we actually did a couple small shows.
Small shows.
And,
How
man,
was that?
We fucking killed it, bro.
Killed it.
Like it was crazy.
That's what's up, man. You got the females throwing panties and bras yet, or what, man?
Lots of panties and lots of bras.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
But we had to give them back after the show.
It must have been some fucked up panties and drawers there. You gotta get them shits back.
Yeah, you don't even
Some
know.
shit streaks, you know what I'm saying?
Dirty panties.
For real, for real.
People be sweating at the show. So
Oh,
it's
hell
definitely
nah.
not-
You just get a whole whiff come by when that motherfucker fly on the stage.
Man, that's cold.
So you talked about, you know, being lyrical and having to change it to making music on a beat. How is that transition of going from like spoken word to making a track?
I think it's about counting bars and then getting to know beats. So what I would do is listen to YouTube beats, and I would like get to know them. So I'd hear every instrument, and then I'd hear like when it would sound good to come in, because I wouldn't really have anybody else. Like at the time, like, it was like 2 or 3 years I was just by myself. Like, didn't have everybody like that I was friends with took off to college, and they're doing their own thing. And then like, I didn't really have anybody out here back in LA. You know what I'm saying? So I was just finding myself. So I was just doing that, and then I just practiced. You know.
So were there a lot of tracks where you're like, you know what, that's not the one because I sound too lyrical still, you know? Or
yeah, even when we linked up like over a year ago, I was at his studio house somehow. I ended up there, and I showed him my songs, and I just used to like write lyrical because I used to write like on topics I felt passionate about. So like I wrote about like politics at the time when Twitter was popping with all the killings of black people and shit. I did like a little poetry video to that because
I remember.
Oh yeah. So then it was just shit like that, and then I realized like when we linked up, it was like, all right, what's gonna get me like going? Because everybody can rap lyrical, you know what I'm saying? Like not everybody, but like a lot of people can do it, you know what I'm saying? But I want to like capture people with the sound, and I wanted to do it a different way. I didn't want to just stay to that lane, you know, because I could have. So when we linked back up, it's just finding the sound. And what he helped me with most was like he introduced me to the sonics of sound, and because he engineers as well, so he like showed me everything.
He does
like,
everything, huh?
Oh,
This
yeah,
producer
no,
does everything.
Are you
No,
self-trained?
I do everything.
Are you self-trained or you went to school for that?
Yo, let me tell that story.
A lot of it is, yeah. Go ahead, bro.
He did go to school, but
Okay.
I like to tell the story. I told him I have to.
You gonna tell the story?
Yeah, I got to.
Okay.
It's just a flex. He went to sound school. Which one was it again? SAE, right? And so he was like, yo, I'm gonna be a valedictorian, and then I'm not like, that's what I'm gonna do because I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So he was valedictorian. He ended up being valedictorian of the academy, and then he was like, fuck graduation, I'm not even going.
Wow.
Supposed to give a whole speech, just like,
Not to be real though, I was in a dope ass studio, and I just wanted to be in that studio over like going to graduation. Like I felt like that was such like the next accomplishment was like the studio, that I was already over that, and they had the graduation like months after we finished school.
Okay.
So it just kind of felt weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a flex. But yeah, so a lot of it's self-trained, but like on the technical aspect, I learned a lot from that school. Not gonna lie, SAE, like that's a really good school. I'll shout them out because they taught me a lot.
What studio are you guys primarily recording out of right now?
It's a small one in Van Nuys. We just have it's just a little room.
That's what's up.
Studio, like,
Yeah.
I want to say maybe this size, a little bit bigger maybe.
That's where all the good music come from, man. You ain't gotta have like no extravagant shit. You know what I'm
like,
saying?
That's what a lot of people
All
don't
my
realize.
best songs
Yeah.
are made there.
Yeah.
Man, for real, it's like what I learned is like recording in big studios is not always the thing.
Yeah, I know like what Logic recorded in like a little room, and he was coming up with all his classic shit. So
it's like locking yourself in, and then in there it's like there's no windows or anything. So it's like you go in there and you're like in another world. You know what I mean? Like the door's locked, and you're just in there, and it's like.
Anybody ever tell you look like a young I'll Be Sure?
You know, I've gotten that a lot, but my dad actually looks more like him.
Oh,
than
for
I do.
real?
He looks like an exact replica.
Okay.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
As soon as he walked in there, I start getting flashbacks to New Jack City and shit. He had the jacket on and shit. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
No, but tell us what other singles you've dropped and how they compare to this latest one, Ego, that you just did.
Oh man, so I dropped this song, I want to say like early last year, called 2 a.m. with my homie Liddell. And I think actually that song in that stage was like, oh, this is like, I didn't meet him yet, but I was kind of like, dang, it's still kind of relevant to how I sound now, which is kind of dope. But I just feel like I'm more confident, you can hear it, more confident in myself. And then I dropped a song called Racks on SoundCloud, and that went kind of crazy. I got like 10,000 plays in the first night, so I was like, damn.
That's dope.
Yeah, a lot of people shouted it out, so I was like, damn. And then since then, I was like, all right, I don't really want to do this, so like, how can I really do this? And I don't want to be a SoundCloud artist. I don't want to be like, you know what I'm saying, just dropping music because people, you know what I'm saying? I want to do it the right way. So there's a lot of patience, a lot of studying, blessings, meeting him, meeting my homie Dylan, and just getting this thing going together and really building a team around us who believe in the music. And it's just a beautiful thing because, you need a team to do it.
So what does Dylan do?
Dylan, that's our business partner, and that's me and Ace's manager as well.
You can introduce yourself, man. You all in the corner. Get your shine here, bro. Man.
What's good, y'all? I'm Dylan. I've known Kahlil since we used to hoop together, actually. So I think like 8 or 9.
Damn.
Like I've known him for a while, and I met Ace this past year, and it's been a rap since then.
Y'all just been taking off, huh?
Taking off. Just put it together.
Yeah, Dylan's gonna be in our music videos and shit. He's gonna be madly involved. Madly involved.
All right, don't be doing no weird shit in the videos, Dylan. I'm gonna have to call you back. You're gonna be the primary one sitting there. We're gonna have a long chat, brother.
Hey, I want to know though, because you're a lyrical artist. J. Cole's really lyrical. He just dropped Middle Child.
I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
I don't know. Have
dope.
you all heard Middle Child, Stevie?
Yeah, I heard it.
Is that the one when he throw a shot at Kanye?
I
That
think
nigga
so.
always throwing shots at Kanye.
About the shoes, saying some
Yeah.
shit like I ain't gotta say some shit to sell some shoes. Is that
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
track?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I heard that
he
shit.
was- he
Drake,
was-
Brody, Maroli.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit hot though. That's
Yeah,
my
that's a
favorite J. Cole
dope
track
track.
so far.
Nah,
Yeah.
Cole's amazing, man. Cole's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
We need more music like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We need
It's
some
like,
Wu Tang shit.
is when I was
Yeah, that
That's
too.
what we need. We
Yeah,
need some of that
yeah.
shit. Cool G rap and all that shit.
Yeah.
Play his shit. Let's hear your shit.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Did you?
Hey, did you send some music to our email? Well, in the meantime,
while we're
yeah.
getting that music, you know,
Yeah.
go ahead and Cody gonna talk about the J. Cole thing.
Yeah, so
J. Cole him up.
J. Cole, you know, Dreamville, they're coming out with this album where a bunch of artists are going to be on it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I seen
JID, Coz,
that. Yeah.
and a few other artists. And I'm really excited about it because it's, you know, it's an album that's going to be full of artists I feel like are kind of underrated, you know?
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, why do you feel like an artist like J. Cole is not as necessarily prevalent as he should be? Is it because, you know, we're still in this whole zone of, you know, just turn up music, little pump vibe?
You mean prevalent as far as like everybody?
Yes.
Like popping?
Like music that you will, you know, find on your feed,
Yeah.
on Instagram.
I think Cole is one of those artists, man, that just doesn't give a fuck about that stuff. Like he really doesn't care about being, because he knows he's one of the top artists, so he knows he can drop whatever at whatever time and it'll do whatever. I mean, he's dropped every album without a feature and this went platinum, I think, right? Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I mean, I think Cole is just, he knows, you know what I'm saying, and he just doesn't need to do it. I feel like now though, I mean, he's, you know, chilling with Drake, wearing rollies. I got a homie that actually lives by a big studio in NoHo that they go to, like J. Cole and like Kanye. It's like a studio. And he said he's seen J. Cole pull up in the Bentley truck and he's talking about it. So I feel like Cole's like enjoying the labor, you know, all that he's worked hard for now.
Would you say you're more of like a Logic or a J. Cole?
Man, I don't think I'm either, to be honest.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
That was the right answer.
Yeah.
You're more like Kahlil, right?
Yeah, not sound like that, but I'm just like, cause it's like I feel like every song we've made is kind of different in its own way. So it's just about really finding what I really want to be doing. But like, it's not crazy, but it's still relevant. But like, I like talking about like where I want to be at sometimes, or like sometimes I'll just talk about, you know, women and just, you know, in a different way though. You know what I mean? Like I've studied a lot of Drake and a lot of Travis and a lot of like growing up, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, now I love Travis for the sound, but Drake primarily is like my favorite artist even when I was a kid. So I like loved how he wasn't afraid to talk about like what to women, and then like that's what men want to be talking about too. They want to be saying that in a song, and then women want to be hearing it. So it's gonna fit both worlds, you know what I'm saying? So I want to figure out how can I do that without sounding just like him.
So have you been making love songs?
Yeah, I might have a couple. Like, I have a couple. They're not too lovey. Like, I'm not too in my feelings, but it's like a couple of them, yeah. I'd
Okay,
say.
okay.
So how do you feel about Kanye West's recent music, his last couple albums, man?
Listen, man, I was a fan of Kanye. I still am. Like, I don't agree with his views, obviously, and none of that. But, I mean, I think what Kanye's been able to do is stay relevant in the music aspect for a long time. As far as like everything you're hearing now, Kanye did already a long time ago. Like everything, like the Billie Eilishes and all these other artists you're hearing is like 808 and Heartbreaks. You know what I
Soulja
mean?
Boy did that shit. Niggas forget about Soulja Boy and shit. Soulja Boy did that shit. Yeah. Everybody falling off of Soulja Boy. Everybody.
Do you think the last Kanye album was good, or you thought it was kind of like trash?
I wouldn't say it's trash because it's his artwork and that's what he felt was creative. But I'm like, for me, I didn't listen to his album more than like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Played a couple songs. I liked a couple songs, I'm not gonna lie, but wasn't like my favorite. Obviously, I like College Dropout. I like that kind.
It's not comparable.
It's not comparable. But I also like the Monster kind, like all when he's really trying to. I like that too because I'm like, dang. Then I Am a God, like that album is, to me, is crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about his latest track with YNW Melly, Mixed Personalities?
I like that. I like it a lot.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's actually the only track I could say I actually probably like I would say Kanye West's recent work. That's probably one of the few tracks I actually like.
Yeah, no, it's dope. Yeah, and Kanye, I think Kanye can do it when he wants to. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't give in to what the public wants or what they're pressuring him to do, or like you know what I'm saying. He does what he really wants to do.
Well, supposedly, his friend, I think it's GLC, said that. Yeah, the producer said that Kanye gave him all his MAGA hats and how he's over that phase of making America great again. But then he goes on Twitter and then he makes some type of rant again.
I just want the music, man. Fuck all that other shit.
I think
we all feel what we feel about that. Just come out with some dope music, man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
I think with this music thing, a lot of people like forget to realize is the mental health aspect of it too, and how like how detrimental it is to like the schedules and I'm not even up there yet, but like I don't even like know, you know what I'm saying? Like I know our label is gonna we're gonna have like a label therapist, so everybody's good on the mental side of things. So and that's facts. So for me, it's like. But for Kanye, I feel like he did a lot of drugs or something and just changed his mind. He can't really get back to, that's why he's going through so much.
Y'all niggas ain't gonna see till y'all get on the other side, man. That's just what it is.
I feel like Kanye's new album is mostly, like it makes sense when you understand where he's at mentally, you know? Like even with the Kids See Ghosts, a lot of it's about like bipolar and depression. So like when you hear like where he's coming from, rather what he's trying to project, but more so where he's coming from, it starts making sense, you know?
Hey, Stevie, break that down for like the listeners when you say people ain't gonna understand the other side, because I understand what you mean, but some of the listeners might not.
It's like you could be a broke nigga talking about what you ain't gonna do if you had all of the money that Michael Jackson had. But once you get the money, you'll see what the fuck you really gonna do.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Like Kanye is Kanye. I mean, he a human being. And that nigga, he might have pressure, but that's what y'all signed up for, ain't it?
Yep, exactly.
So, you know what I mean? You can't get up there and start bitching up now about all that shit. That's what comes with what y'all want. So, you know what I mean? Only the strong survive. I mean, out all the niggas that was successful, Kanye, there's mad other niggas that's way more successful than Kanye. So you can't really like blame it on entertainment. But just get there, and then you'll figure it out once you get there.
You guys feel like Kanye was one of the first producers to really stand up out there and be like, "Hey, I am the best." Because when you really think about it, none of them really. Best, though. But I mean, one that's to get out there and speak it. Like, I can't think of any other producers that actually stood out there and said, "Hey, I'm the best."
No disrespect.
Open like that.
No disrespect. That ain't their job.
Yeah.
Producer ain't supposed to be on the motherfucking mic.
True.
I do think he was.
You dig what I'm saying? He was a
one
rapper
of the first
too.
successfully like producer artist.
Producer artist
that transitioned like successfully as an artist. You know.
But ain't nobody else do it after him. He didn't create no trend with that.
Yeah, but I feel like he changed what you viewed a producer. He made a producer more of a star. Is what I mean. Like before you would know that producer's
if he wasn't standing next to Jay-Z, he wouldn't be a star.
True. And Dame, you gotta give Dame his credit
Jay-Z.
too.
Well, Dame got him there,
Like
but Jay-Z was the star that you needed to be next to for you to be looked at as like you like on that type of level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he was standing next to Jermaine Dupri or somebody else, it would have been a little bit different. You know what I mean? So Kanye's just a natural born star. He was gonna be there anyway.
True.
You feel me? We all followed his whole journey, and then we all seen it switch, and then now niggas ain't fucking with him.
But you feel like you guys feel like he kind of saved Jay-Z's career at one point?
No, I don't feel that way.
Production wise,
so.
No.
Well, like with the blueprint, he did.
That nigga had mad producers along the way. He didn't ran through them all, yo.
I wouldn't say save, but influence.
Yeah, like kind of kicked them into a new gear.
Yeah, because producers do that to artists. They like they're artist developers as well. So it's like I feel like he did have influence, but I don't think like it was
not save it. My bad. Jay always been Jay.
Jay the one that blew
Like,
you up.
Now that I think about it, I'm like, what the fuck I just say? Like,
Jay's the one that blew you up as a producer.
Yeah.
Like he blew up Rockwaller. Not Rockwall. He blew up Just Blaze. He blew up Pharrell. He blew up Kanye. He blew
Timberland.
up Timberland.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Beats that Jay threw away, niggas like Luda picked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
saw that on the Black album,
Black
little
album.
shit. Yeah.
So, I mean, Jay's a whole different situation. But if Kanye wasn't next to Jay-Z, he wouldn't be as big. And then he hopped into fashion, And then, you know, once you start fucking with them, that's a whole different lane. Then he fuck with the Kardashians. Yeah. That nigga a whole mixed up in a whole bunch of shit. He should have just stayed in hip hop.
Yeah.
And then niggas would probably still be fucking with
him. Or
he
should have just smashed and just kept it G. Just be smashing on her and do your shit. You ain't gotta be all on the show.
That nigga blew
and all
up
that
though
shit.
after fucking with the Kardashians too.
But see, he's always been in love with her too. Cause they have, I forgot an old video of
that
him
nigga made
trying
Amber
to approach
Rose.
You know what I mean? he made a gang of
yeah, all that shit come from Hove though. It's crazy.
Yeah. Damn. Well, Jay-Z, come stand next to my ass, nigga. I need some of that success, nigga. Come stand over here. Nigga, you ain't got to talk to the nigga.
You know you always
just stand
hear
here
the
and take a
stories
picture.
about what happened to niggas when they get in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just stay mentally healthy as long as you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all you could seem like what you can do.
Yeah. I think I was in an advantage with that too. Like I said, I was blessed on this entire journey as far as like being in situations and just random opportunities. But that's how I met him, is when I wasn't really doing music. I was around people that were deep in it. So I was just like around, and I was seeing what was going on. So and I've always been like to myself in reserve. So if I don't fuck with nothing, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where I was like, you know what I'm saying? You tell that, like I kind of, and I'm like, dang, like it's some crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll have to make some decisions one day.
And it's like, and we know that, so it's like that's how we kind of are trying to prepare now. But there's not really a way to prepare. You just got to get there and get through it. So as long as we know we can get through it and together, like we good, you know what I mean? As a family.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm mad that the internet is down here because I'm trying to hear your music, man. They got us on dial-up today.
Man, nobody on the phone.
Yeah, man. So we got my man's music queued up. We're going to go ahead and get into the track. You want to go ahead and introduce the track before we play it?
Yeah, man. So this is Ego. This is the first song that me and Ace made. That's why it's kind of special. So we decided, man, let's just release that first and keep it going. So we released this one last night. So
all right, let's go. Here it is.
Yeah, that shit was lit.
Yeah, that shit fire right there. I like that shit.
Man, thank you.
For real. There be some niggas coming in here that be trash. That shit was not trash.
No, man.
That shit was good.
That was dope.
That was
a nice song.
Yeah, real shit. Real shit.
I can see bitches fucking with that for sure.
Hell yeah, man.
It's going up right now, so I'm excited.
Shout out to Codigo booking that guest.
Y'all shot a video for that already?
Man, so yeah, I mean that's our next step in this whole journey, is, man, since we're truly independent. Like we got some meetings lined up, but we're just having investors right now. We got a whole team of creative there, so we got like treatments done for all of our songs. Cause we
just need the funding, huh?
Funding, yeah. So we planned out for the next like 6-8 months, like, and we could be planned out further than that. We just want to be planned out like 6 to 8 months. So it's like,
by this time next year, your situation about to be totally different.
It could be dope.
For sure.
Real shit. You consistently keep with that shit.
Thank you, man.
Y'all niggas is gonna be in here all Gucci'd and Louis'd out. My man over here, and he ain't gonna be shy no more next time they come here. They gonna be like, where my mic at? All that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I believe it.
That he
real
come
shit.
in with a fur on and shit.
Yeah, he got my fur on doing that. Take that when he come in here and shit.
I'm the manager.
That's why that one's special though, is cause like that's the first song we had made when we linked up, like back up. So we were like, yo, let's keep it going. So we made a whole bunch of songs. So we're just excited for everybody to start hearing our shit.
Shit, I'm excited to hear more of that, man.
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, out of all the work that I've heard you produce, or I've heard you, deliver, I like that one the most. Honestly, I think that's some of your best work. I mean, other songs are cool too, of course, but this one for sure, I can see myself bumping it regularly. You know, and like Stevie said, girls will love that song.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crowd we trying to take over.
Yeah, man.
Play the new John.
Oh, this one's coming out on February 1st.
It is February. It's February 3rd.
I mean, not February, March 1st.
That's your days off.
I had a long night last night. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you on social media. We definitely want to bring you back.
Thank you, man.
When you drop the whole project, gotta come back.
Definitely, man.
Codigo don't be holding on to guests this long. You know what I'm saying? Bring them back. Shout out to the program director for making the extra push.
Shout out to Zoe.
Shout out to Zoe for that.
Shout out Zoe, man. It's crazy. I've known Zoe for a long time too. It's just universal timing, like.
Yeah.
And I could have hit him up a while ago, but it's just like I didn't even think to hit him up.
Yeah.
Until a couple weeks ago. So it's just like every time it works out the way it's supposed to. So.
And I've been waiting too. I've been waiting to bring him on here. I know he's dope. And he came on here, and I'm glad you came through.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I'm happy to be here. I'm thankful you guys have me.
Yeah, man. Definitely coming back though.
Yeah, no,
all
definitely.
3 of y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna make sure we got a mic for you next time.
Yeah.
But tell everybody where they can find you on social media. Make sure you tell everybody where they can find you on social media too.
Yeah, just at Kahlil Simplis on Instagram and Twitter. KAHLIL Simplis. Everybody get the name.
Hey, you gonna be able to use that name with the other ball and this other nigga, Kahlil?
Well, that's what the last name comes in.
Last name, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
We actually ran into issues.
Yeah, I was gonna, cause that's
Definitely, yeah. So it's just like
You don't want to get that nigga all that juice.
No, definitely, definitely not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just gonna use my last name and keep rocking.
Word.
There it goes.
Yeah, you guys can find me at Acelune, ACELUNE.
Okay.
That's my Instagram, pretty much, yeah.
What about you, man? Come on, I know he want to give his shit. I seen him. He wait like.
You can find me at Dylan X Joseph, DYLAN X Joseph JOSEPH.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And there you have it.
Dylan's the guy right there.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a small break and we're gonna come back with our next guest. You listen to the Fixx on Dash Talk X.
All right.